It's been a while, but Ryan is back with Ryan's Obsessions. We're looking at the 94 Chevy Caprice LT4. This is part 2 of the what's the difference between an Impala and a Caprice. I'm going to be mentioning some things that I did not mention in the last video, and we're going to do this a little differently. I am going to show you what you should do to try to make a convincing Impala clone that will even fool the enthusiasts. Alright, so without further ado, this is what you should do. You should start out with a 95 9C1, and the reason why I say this in black with a gray interior, and the reason why I say this is because it makes it the easiest possible way to start off making the clone. As I said in previous video, the 9C1s had disc brakes already in the rear, as most of the Caprices had drum brakes in the back. More than likely that 9C1 will probably have an LT1 in it, black being one of the colors of the Impalas, and gray being the only color interior of an Impala. I did not mention that in the previous video. So if you start with that as a base, it'll be a lot easier. Now, you would have to still change out the seats from the Caprice to the Impala seats, but you wouldn't have to change the carpets, the headliners, all the plastic trim. It would be just a lot more simple. The door panels, you name it. You wouldn't have to change those out because you would already have a gray vehicle to start with. You would have to change out this badging here to say, of course, Impala SS instead of Caprice, or the various other badging that they came in depending on the option of your car. And if your car had the wood paneling, which a 9C1 probably wouldn't, you would have to change that out as well. But that would be a good base for your interior, because that's, and also the dashboard would also be in gray, and you wouldn't have to change that out. And the reason why I say 95 is because of the gauge cluster here. It's the exact same in the 95 Impala, and the window would already have that exact shape. You would just have to put the Impala badge in it. With a 94, of course, you would have to find that quarter badge deal, and that would just be more trouble than it's worth, since they were very limited production in 94. So a 95 black 9C1, and I say black with a gray gut because finding one in a cherry red metallic police car or a dark green gray metallic police car would be next to impossible, if not impossible. Okay, so you already had the disc brakes for the Impalas. You're going to want to drop the suspension, and I don't remember the exact specs, but I think it's around 2 inches. I did not mention that in the previous video. So you would want to drop the suspension 2 inches. You're going to want to obviously change out the grille from the chrome to this style grille. Make sure you have a hood that does not have the hood ornament, because that wouldn't be it. This would have to be body colored, so make sure you take care of that. Same thing with this chrome molding and these chrome kick panels. You would also have to change that to be body colored. Now this chrome up here, that's fine. That's the same on the Impala, so you're okay as far as that's concerned. Okay, handles. I also didn't mention that in the last video. Also body colored, you cannot be chrome, so those have to be done. This is also body colored on a Impala. A lot of times they're black on a Caprice, so if you have a black Caprice and this is already black, you're okay. Just make sure your handle is body colored. Okay. Of course, do the Impala 17-inch rims. Okay. Body colored this. And body colored this. This trim should be body colored or black on an Impala. Okay, so do that. Now this gets a little bit more difficult here. Caprices have this type of emblem here in the back. You got to have the Impala emblem. Take the Chevy emblem out. That's going to take some work with the new deck lid as far as that's concerned. Also, you wouldn't have this chrome molding, which is drilled holes here, here, and here. So probably your best bet, if you had a black Impala, or excuse me, a black Caprice, and you were trying to make a black Impala, get yourself a black used deck lid. It would already have the Impala emblem. You wouldn't have to worry about this. This chrome molding would be gone, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. You wouldn't have any of the badging here, and you would already have the spoiler. So that would be probably your easiest thing to do, and then just go to the locksmith and get the lock cylinder changed out, or you can do it yourself if you're mechanically inclined from the other deck lid. Make sure this isn't body colored, and this is body colored. And as I told you already, for the interiors, make sure you change out the center console, or put on that center console, change out the seats, front and rear. And make sure, if you already had an LT1, that would be pretty much it. It would be pretty indistinguishable from a production Impala SS of 95 era. That should be it. Thanks for watching. I'll be adding some more videos. I just picked up a 93 Fleetwood Brougham, and I'll be doing some videos on that. That's currently getting the hood painted on it. It is currently the 21st of February 2018. Thanks for watching. Click subscribe and like. Thank you very much for watching. This is now the conclusion of part 2 of the Impala versus Caprice. What's the difference? Thanks a lot.